By 2024, the global political landscape had reached a boiling point. Nations once allied through decades-old treaties found their relationships strained by competing interests in technology, natural resources, and territorial claims. The delicate balance of peace, maintained through diplomacy and deterrence, was fracturing. Military analysts began noticing unusual troop movements, not just near traditional hotspots, but in regions previously considered neutral. Satellites captured increased activity at air bases, naval ports, and border checkpoints. Intelligence reports suggested that some nations were quietly mobilizing advanced weapons systems, drones, cyber warfare units, hypersonic missiles, and artificial intelligence-assisted command networks. For the average citizen, the tension was invisible, masked by the daily grind of life. Yet beneath the surface, a storm was brewing. A storm that could redefine global power structures and bring the world closer to conflict than it had been in decades. By mid-2024, several regions became hotspots for escalating tensions. In the east, disputed islands and territorial waters saw aggressive maneuvers from regional powers vying for control. In the west, nations clashed over economic sanctions, cyber attacks, and espionage incidents that targeted critical infrastructure. Experts warned that these flashpoints were not isolated. They were interconnected. A single misstep, a misinterpreted military exercise, or an unplanned skirmish could ignite a chain reaction. Militaries worldwide began conducting war games simulating multi-front conflicts, revealing vulnerabilities and testing readiness. Social media and news outlets amplified the sense of impending crisis. Citizens witnessed daily headlines describing troop buildups, political standoffs, and economic strain, all hallmarks of a world inching closer to war. Analysts noted that the modern battlefield would be a blend of traditional combat, cyber warfare, and information operations, making every nation's strategic decisions more critical than ever. Unlike past wars, the rise of technology became the defining feature of conflict in 2024. Autonomous drones patrol borders with precision targeting capabilities. Cyber attacks crippled financial institutions and power grids, demonstrating that war could now be fought without a single soldier on the front line. Artificial intelligence systems monitored global military movements, predicting enemy actions in real time. Hypersonic weapons, capable of striking targets across continents in minutes, forced world leaders to reconsider the traditional doctrines of deterrence. Military analysts warned that technology alone could not guarantee victory. Human decision-making, strategic foresight, and international diplomacy remained vital. The risk was clear. A technological miscalculation could escalate a regional dispute into a global confrontation within hours. While military leaders strategized and nations calculated, civilians bore the silent brunt of rising tensions. Refugee flows surged from conflict-prone regions. Economies wavered as trade routes were disrupted, and the cost of essential goods skyrocketed. Psychologists warned of a global rise in anxiety as populations realized that no country was immune from the reach of modern warfare. Families prepared for emergencies, nations stockpiled resources, and governments implemented civil defense programs to end this new age of conflict. The battlefield was not just physical. It was psychological, social, and economic. The human cost of war in 2024 was no longer confined to soldiers. It touched every corner of society, making peace more fragile than ever before. By the end of 2024, the world faced a choice: escalate the rising tensions in a full-scale war or double down on diplomacy and crisis management. Military analysts highlighted the thin line separating preparation from provocation. Every movement, every statement, and every technological deployment carried consequences that could ignite global conflict. Historians noted that the rise of war in 2024 reflected patterns from the past, yet the stakes were unprecedented. Modern warfare was faster, more lethal, and more interconnected. The outcome depended on leadership, strategy, and the ability to navigate a world where a single error could spiral into chaos. As the world watched, governments, citizens, and analysts understood one stark truth: peace in 2024 was not guaranteed. It required vigilance, cooperation, and foresight, an awareness that the rise of war was not just a possibility, but a warning written across the global stage.